What is 175 centimetres? That's got to be like 6 foot, hasn't it? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am getting my health checked. I am at Tomorrow Health Clinic in Knutsford. We're in Cheshire. And today I'm going to be put through a series of tests and my paces are going to be thoroughly tested. We're going to do a VO2 max test. We're going to do a variety of body composition tests. We're going to do some blood tests. We're going to do all sorts of different tests that are essential. And these guys specialize in cardiovascular health. So let's get inside and let's see what happens. It's a nice welcome.
Please stand upright and look straight.
What is 175 centimetres in that's got to be like 6 foot, hasn't it? We've been having lots of talks about fragile masculinity. So, body composition test done. These are results. So I'm going to try and do my best to explain kind of what you see here. Now, I don't have a doctorate. It's definitely not the right thing, is it? I'm not a medical professional, but let's see what I can do. So first one's my BMI. Again, not a metric that I take a massive amount of consideration from because it doesn't really account for muscle mass and my 6 foot frame, but I'm actually obese on the BMI scale. So that's great. My waist circumference is normal. That's good. My body weight at the minute, I'm actually quite heavy. This was expected. I was expecting to be a little bit heavier than when I did the show. So I'm actually, that's 4.5 kilos heavier than when I did the show. So we'll have to get a little bit lighter for any other upcoming events. What else do I discuss? So my body fat percentage on here is 21.2%, which again, I feel like online people have this screwed expectation of body fat percentage. So if you know me, you've seen kind of how lean I am or how lean I'm not. You can see this is like 21%. So I'm not 15, 10, really low body fat. Everything else I think is looking quite in order to the best of my knowledge, which is good. This is quite interesting. So this is kind of showing how balanced or unbalanced you are on your muscle mass on your skeleton. So here you can see clearly I'm doing something right with my arm training and my upper body training because both arms are quite similar, literally 0.01 of a kg out. However, here when you look at my legs, my right leg has got a considerable amount more muscle mass than my left one. I think this is because my takeoff leg and the leg that I hurdle from or jump off of in trampette, tumbling, in gymnastics in general, is my right leg. And I can notice that when I look at myself. So yeah, first test done. All good. I think I've passed.
So we're ready for the VO2 max test. I feel quite scared, to be honest with you, and it's quite hard to talk, but I'm excited. I like to push myself. I know it's going to be tiring, but this stuff's really important, so let's do it.
Test done. Wow, that was hard. Okay, for someone who doesn't massively focus on cardio a lot of the time, that was very hard. It was nice to be in a situation where I had the adrenaline, had people around me pushing me, a lovely hill to watch to climb that never ended. But it's really interesting. So here's the results. So this is my VO2 max. So the predicted score for my incredibly tall frame and heavy frame is 35.1. And I scored 38.3, so I'm pretty buzzing with that. Yeah, really good. For my anaerobic threshold, which is when there isn't any oxygen and you start working without oxygen, I scored 27.3, which I think is okay. How hard's the test been? Pretty hard. Yeah, so this one, again, the predicted score was 259 and I got 305, so that in the very good category, so that proves that I was pushing myself and I wasn't just cheating. And then yeah, my heart rate here, so in the test we got to 183 beats per minute, so really up at what, 93% of my max heart rate, which is good. Again, usually I probably don't spend that long in that period, so it's good to see how my body reacts and responds to that, and I'm glad we can get there. So this graph's really interesting. So really quickly, the green is the hill, okay, red's my heart rate, blues are carbohydrates, and yellow is the fat. So you can see, as my heart rate goes up there, actually the fats, or the burning of fat, becomes less and less and less, and you can see here, above a certain heart rate, there's barely any. Actually, what is being burned after about 110, but here you can see the blue line is carbohydrates. So there's your proof of just how important carbohydrates are there, especially in those higher anaerobic thresholds. So next test, we've done the VO2 max. Now we're going to do my grip strength. Now I've actually done it, but I'm going to show you guys what you do. So we're going to do both sides. Apparently it's normal to have a bit of a discrepancy across both sides. I'm going to see what we find here. So we'll start with my right hand. Oh, that was 51.2. We'll do my left hand. I feel like that was good, that one. Oh, 63. That was a lot better than I did before. So yeah, important. So next we're going to get some bloods taken. Again, I definitely recommend getting your bloods taken every now and again. We'll see what's happening. I couldn't tell you the last time I had my bloods taken, so I'm quite interested for this one. Oh. Fun, blood done. This ultrasound is going to be checking our major arteries throughout the body, checking there isn't any early onset of any diseases, which is again something that is quite rare in the younger age, in my youth, but important that you get checked for. Is that my blood? Oh, that is so interesting. So this is my jugular vein, and look, I'm going to make it really small. That is expanding. Look, that's so funny. If I breathe in, it goes really small. Constricted. This is, I'm going to butcher it, one of the main arteries that supplies blood to my brain. And this little white bit at the bottom is where even at 24, my artery is slightly, very slightly, this isn't concerning, apparently this is normal, starting to age. So you can see that maybe if you were in your 60s, you can kind of imagine what kind of a picture this would show here. So I found that so interesting. So tests complete. Now that has been really, really interesting. And again, if this video, the reason why I agreed to come and do this test and this video is because sometimes I feel like I neglect myself. I always put other people, other things first, and it's important. So when I got the opportunity to come down, I was very, very stoked and happy. So we've done a variety of tests. I've done body composition tests. We've done a hand grip strength test. We've done blood tests, which are getting sent off and I'll get the results. We've done a VO2 max test. We've done a series of different ultrasounds that test for major arteries and veins in my body, where you would check for any diseases or plaque buildups. And we have done, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's what we've done. But it's been really, really good. If you take one thing from this video and you've been ever having any health issues or health worries, go and get yourself checked out in general. A place like this, I'm going to leave a link in the description where they're going to give me 50% of every single person that comes. They're not really, I'm kidding. He was like, I saw his eyes, he was like looking up thinking there's no way he's getting 50%. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description where you can come to tomorrow. They are based in Knutsford, Cheshire. So if anyone's local, I've travelled to come all the way down here. So you can get yourself signed up for a tomorrow health check if you've had any worries or concerns. The team are great. It's a great, lovely environment, very aesthetic, and it's super important that you put your health first. And we will see you in the next one.